Hi, I'm Alan Ross. I'm the managing editor of APC Media's publications, Transformer Technology, Power Systems Technology, and Women in Power Systems. We're here at the IEEE PES-T&D conference in Anaheim in 2024, the 60th anniversary. These interviews are with thought leaders to be able to bring the best of the marketplace to you. My next guest is Alex Gilliver, and that's Gilliver with a G.
Thank you.
Right, because that's the right way to do it. And Alex is with Petro-Canada, as you can see that on your shirt here. What is it that you do with them exactly?
I am the National Account Manager for our transformer fluids.
National account is not just Canada. Is that also?
It acts national as in Canada.
Okay.
Yes. I have a counterpart that works in the United States as well, and then others in the USA. So my main focus is on the Canadian market, but of course we know the transformer business is a global market, so I end up sort of reaching other areas too, right?
Goodly, it's a global market. Sadly, it's a global market.
Correct.
Because nobody can keep up today. Everybody's making more transformers than they ever made. How did you get in this industry? Are you a chemist by trade or not?
I'm not. I came in from the business side. I came in from the business side with an environmental science background.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yes. So, I think about sustainability, how big that is today. Every industry is trying to achieve that. That was part of the backbone of my education.
Okay.
So when I got into the business, I joined Petro-Canada Lubricants back in 2010. So it's been 14 years already. Yeah. I've been with the same company.
Very young to be 14 years with the same company.
14 years with the same company, and it's been great because I've had a lot of experience in different areas. The lubricants industry in particular touches almost every business segment that you can think of.
Right.
I honed in on power generation just because of my interest in that area, and we had a great suite of products for that. Felt like, that we could really make a difference there. Yeah. So I sort of pushed my way into the power generation field within a sales role, and I've been doing that specifically since 2018, so for the last 6 years.
So that a lot of, it's almost like the hockey stick. I grew up in Toronto and I played hockey, so I know the hockey stick analogy. It's been no growth, explosive growth in transformer manufacturing, which has to mean that you've got the same kind of growth with mineral oils for transformers.
Yeah.
There's also a move to some of the esters, both synthetic, which is a mineral oil-based product. You don't make a synthetic ester out of corn oil, but it is the lifeblood of most transformers, right? Right. Has been, continues to be, because while others may be adding market share, the market share is growing, so you all are talk to me a little bit about the whole concept of mineral oil and transformers. You know how it started?
I know it started at least 100 years ago. I can tell you that, and not much has changed since. The
company I worked with 2 decades ago had a celebration every year for a birthday celebration for 100-year-old transformers.
Wow.
We tested 6 of them.
Yeah.
They all had something in it in common. Mineral oil was it.
Right.
That was the lubricant in
and they're
right?
still in operation. Is that
it's still in operation.
Wow.
At least it was 5 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is crazy to me. But we literally had pictures of them all, and we put candles on the pictures, and our marketing department did so many things. Yeah, I digress. But why is it so important? People that don't understand lubrication within transformers, because you're not lubricating a transformer.
Correct.
You're basically a great source of testing, because what happens in the oil is what happens in the transformer is happening in the oil.
Like when you get a blood test.
Yeah, right.
How is your body doing?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. We call it dissolved gas analysis. They can do as well, right?
Yeah.
And it gives you the greater picture of the health of that transformer and gives you pointers on sort of what do we need to do here to course correct, or do we keep going the course? So
that's
exactly
the primary
like you said.
coolant, right?
That would be the main function there of the mineral oil. Is actually it acts as to dissipate heat, because we know that on heavy loads your oil is going to get quite hot in there. When things get hot, things break down.
Yeah.
One of the most important components of the transformer is actually the paper insulation within there as well. Once the paper insulation's gone, that transformer is going to be out of service. So if your oil can withstand those high temperatures, dissipate that heat to keep it at lower temperatures, and you're also going to be keeping the paper insulation, keeping the life of that paper insulation.
Life of the paper is the life of the transformer.
Correct.
You say that all the time.
Correct.
So you mentioned heat. Right now, because people can't get new transformers because you have to keep the older ones going.
Yes.
And most utilities, partly because of the way weather patterns are, most utilities in the summertime in North America, that's including Toronto, Montreal, a lot of places, are running hot.
Yes.
As a transformer runs hot, it is affecting the life of what are the three problems? Aging is one of the problems. Heat is another problem. Right. Oxidation is another problem. Exactly. So all of these problems that are in there, I want to switch a little bit. Talk to me about retrofilling with a different mineral oil.
There's a couple different types of mineral oils.
Okay.
So yes, a mineral oil is a pretty broad term. We've got the vast majority of the market would be a naphthenic type mineral oil. Ours would be an isoparaffinic type mineral oil, which is really just based on the source of the crude that your feedstock comes from.
Okay, that's the only difference between naphthenic and paraffinic.
Right, on a chemistry level.
Okay.
On a chemistry level.
All right.
There's different sort of, let's say, performance benefits you might get from one over the other. So there might be a reason why you would choose one over the other. But they are compatible. They can be mixed. We do see that out there, but you also might actually get some benefits by, let's say, topping up a naphthenic with an isoparaffinic type product. So in terms of an isoparaffinic product, they're actually quite pure. Very low aromatic content in it. They would almost be like a water, as clear as water.
Really?
They would look like a glass of water. So there's been times
mineral oil that looks like that boggles the mind to think about that. Is it just super refined?
Incredibly refined.
Okay.
There's no aromatics in it whatsoever. That's why the same sort of base oil that goes into a transformer, is used in cosmetics, is used in the food industry.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
That type of thing.
And you all do your own refining?
That's correct. Yes,
Okay.
yes. Our refinery is since World War II. It used to be an old fuels refinery, converted to lubricants. It's been going since the 1940s. But yes,
Yeah.
yes, we refine and
War ended, you had to
manufacture.
do something with it, right? May as well put it in transformers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes.
So talk to the industry, the people that read, because we transcribe, people that read magazines that don't understand when you said aromatics, that to
Okay.
me is smell.
Yeah.
You mean something else by that.
Yeah, aromatics, more the hydrocarbons that exist
Okay.
in the oil. Okay, so as you refine something more and more, you're removing those hydrocarbons from the oil itself.
My sense is all of those byproducts you sell off to somebody too in the refining process.
As best as you can. As
Okay.
best as you can to maximize that refinery. Absolutely.
Why lubricants when you're not really lubricating a transformer?
Well, I mean, there are some moving parts. A few. Switch gears, stuff like
LTC,
that,
LTC,
right?
yeah, right.
So, but you're correct in saying it's because we sell manufacture a vast majority of products beyond just transformer fluid. That's
you
why
focus on transformers.
I personally focus on power generation, transformer fluids in particular.
Okay.
That's right.
I'm going to go macro level. We've been micro. I told you I was going to do this.
I like it.
The industry's changing, and not just the fact that the demand curve is now hockey sticking going up, but we're trying to adjust to different uses of transformers. Data centers that now with Canada and the U.S. they're not buying from China. We're allowed to say that now, right? Data centers are just being built throughout it. I know a couple of data centers being built in Canada that are massive. Mm-hmm. Data center needs for transformers are different, right? Talk to me a little bit about how you all have addressed the kinds of differences than just we're selling more transformers. Now we're selling more data center transformers.
You're right.
We're selling more green transformers, wind, solar. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, that's a really good point. that is a major trend in the industry that we're seeing. You're talking about data centers, but you also mentioned some renewable type power generation like wind and solar. And then to complement that, battery energy storage is another very large application.
How do you play in that?
The transformers are required.
Transfer for battery energy. Okay, gotcha.
Yes,
right.
for battery energy.
I thought you had lubricants in those. Okay,
Right.
Transfer, yeah, that's a big growing need.
Correct, because that actually, the battery energy storage smooths that demand, because we know about, you talked about some of the stresses, maybe unique stresses or challenges with that type of sort of power generation or that type of application with data centers. So when it comes down to the variable demand and the variable load on the transformers, or the variable demand or the variable load of the power that's required, battery can store that and use it when those aren't actually when those aren't running, when the sun isn't shining, when the wind isn't going. So as you mentioned, it does have unique stresses on the transformer itself, that variable load on the transformer. You know what I think about it as is, when does your car engine get the most wear? It's actually when you accelerate, correct, but also when you start it. You stop it,
okay, right.
When you start it,
Yeah.
when you stop it. And what's happening with those types of, with the transformers with renewable power generation is that has a lot of stress on the oil itself. So for us, the main considerations are to make a resilient oil, that's going to meet the needs of those types of projects, right? So having the technology and then understanding exactly what that entails is the biggest thing for us, just to make sure that we supply a product that's valuable to those types of asset owners.
Before we got on here, I asked you a question of IEEE, your association with it. I think you said you've been coming to IEEE for 6 years, or you've been involved.
That's right.
The value of IEEE to your part of the industry, or just the industry. So again, you can go macro, micro.
It's got to be the collaboration.
Oh, good.
I mean, that's what this is all about to me. Okay, I know the IEEE is much older than the 6 years that I have been a part of it.
60. They're bigger than 60. That's just
exactly.
PES.
So, I mean, this has been the first day of the show. I have, maybe made it down 2 aisles out of, I think there might be 20 different aisles.
Yeah,
so,
you've got a ways to go.
Exactly. So for me, it's about that collaboration. It's about understanding the challenges that are out there. I've had people come up to us today and talk about some of the challenges that they're facing with their transformers and say, how does your oil help, right?
Yeah, right.
So how do you learn about that stuff without being here at the IEEE and talking to the end users who are responsible, for those assets, those critical assets. So for me, that's the biggest value, and I think for our company is to be here to understand the needs so that we can sort of be there for the future.
You're the second person that in that question mentioned collaboration.
Yeah.
And I think IEEE is the glue to collaboration globally. Seagray also would be the glue to collaboration globally, but somebody has to bring the academic and the industrial,
You're right.
the suppliers and everything.
Interdisciplinary, I think,
is
exactly. You're meeting people from all different disciplines as well, right? To learn from each other. So, I mean, what a great experience. And this is day one. I'm looking forward to another couple days.
Now, I never asked you, I didn't put this in the pre-thing, but I'm going to ask you now anyway.
Yeah.
What is the greatest challenge you're going to face in your industry going forward?
I think number one, it's going to be, ensuring that we can be there to build that, that service offering to meet the needs of the growing demand for power, right? So for us, it's to be prepared, to be there when the oil is required, to be there to develop new products, right? And to be there to support our customers. So absolutely, there's going to be challenges, but we're there to face them.
Now you led me to another question that I think, innovation, because you said the new products.
Yeah.
Talk about innovation, how you all are dealing with innovation.
For us, number one, it starts with, making sure that you understand the market.
Right.
So power generation as a whole is a very strategic focus for our company right now. That extends even beyond just sort of transformer oils. But we have, we're a part of industries to industry associations as well to understand the needs of the customers. And me being out there talking to customers also drives innovation. When I learn what they need, I bring it back to our R&D department, our marketing department, and I say, this is what's needed. And so that's all a part of it, is taking in all the information. That's the biggest thing. And then formulating new products. They're going to help protect that type of equipment of tomorrow that we're going to require.
You've got 18 more aisles of discovery to do.
I don't think I have enough time. But
pick the right ones.
That's right.
The manufacturers that are here, I mean, Virginia Transformer, PA Transformer, all of the energy things, and one Vernova, because there's Hitachi Energy,
GE Vernova, Siemens is here today as well.
Siemens Energy, and GE Vernova. Don't know where the name came from, but I was there at the beginning, and I said, "No, what is that again? Does that mean energy?" Yeah, green, new, something or other.
That's correct.
But they're all here. So the time that you spend with them is how you gather the intelligence to take back.
Exactly. And not to mention the end users as well, who actually own those assets in the field and are responsible to bring the power, distribute the power to all of us.
How do you do that? How do you make sure that you get exposure to this floor, big, it's huge, and exposure to some of the conferences and some of the collaboration that's going on while this is going on? It's you have 2.5 days to do this.
We bring a team.
Okay, all right.
We bring a team. It's not just me. So
it's a village.
It takes a village. It takes a village, and that gives me and others that we have here the time to make sure that we get the most out of this and learn as much as we can.
Last question for you. What do you think you'll be doing in 10 years?
I think I'm going to be a part of the power industry. It is fascinating to me. The speed now at an industry that, transformers in general have not quite evolved as fast as maybe, change doesn't happen too fast. But what we're seeing now, it's at the forefront of a lot of new technologies, new EV technologies. The demand's only going to continue to grow. So for me, I see the opportunity. I see the opportunity to learn more. I want to be involved in the power generation industry, and I hope to be continuing in a sales capacity as well. I love talking to people. I love meeting people.
Excellent. That's good.